Good morning and welcome back to White Mountain Today here on White Mountain TV 16. Joining us in the studio is Greg Dolbeck, and we're going to talk about the King Pine CX, which is happening, is that 2 weekends from now? 2 weekends from now. Greg, good morning. How are you?
Great. Yourself?
I am doing very well. Now, you are a cyclocross rider, racer yourself.
Yeah, pretty new into it from a running background in road racing and mountain biking, but cyclocross is definitely much more spectator friendly. So that's kind of what has drawn me to promoting it.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, how do you define it? So somebody's going, well, what is cyclocross? Is that where you sit on a stationary bike? What is it? What does cyclocross mean? How do you define it?
It's a crit style course, so meaning a shorter course, around 1.5 to 2 miles, with different technical features, sections where you need to hop off your bike and carry it, muddy sections, sandy sections, off camber, fast, switchbacks. It's a whole mix of different conditions.
Yeah. And so one of the things, I went online, and so I recommend you do that. Go onto the King Pine page, and you can see the map of this course that you designed.
Yep.
And it really looks like a lot of fun. It looks like it's not, when I thought King Pine, I'm thinking, okay, we're on a mountain. But it's not. It's very, I would call it user-friendly for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. Majority of it is, if you're familiar with King Pine, it's around the kind of baseball field, the base area.
Yep.
So it's flatter, nice grass. There are some sections that I've found some steep run-ups, and it will go just like a quarter of the way up the mountain for a little bit of a punch.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's down bottom, and there'll be plenty of room for people to play and explore.
Well, that's great. And you've got a whole bunch of races starting at 9:30 a.m., going all the way to 2 p.m., and variety for kids, adults. And you were talking about a kids area. There's a separate kids area.
Yeah, I'll have a section taped off for kids, and I'll have their own little crit-style course. And there'll be a kids run and bike race there. And they can just use it all day, too.
Yeah.
It'll just be like a fun zone.
Oh, that's
and
great.
I'll have long games with, kickballs and bubbles and all kinds of stuff.
That's great.
Hoping that the balls don't go, running into the course.
Well, there you go. You've added a new challenge
Yeah,
to the
sure.
cyclocross. And what is the admission, or it's per race, is that correct?
It's per race, yep. So it varies. In average, it's around $20, $25. There's a duathlon that's like $30 or $35, where you do a 5K run and a cyclocross component. Add the times.
Well, that's great.
Winner takes all.
Yeah.
And kids 14 and under race for free. There's a high school category, so 15 to 18. So hoping to get, because there's a pretty big, in the southern Maine, southern New Hampshire, southern Vermont area, there's a big high school mountain bike community out there. So.
Absolutely. Now, how many, are you expecting a lot of people to come?
It'll be good. I'm hoping, for sure. That's why I'm here promoting it. But right now we have like 40 people registered, and it's such a spectator-friendly sport that if, say, like dad wants to race, usually mom and kids come. So it becomes more of a
And then they'll probably be
festival.
like, I want to race too.
Exactly, yeah. Bring the bikes.
And
shoes.
so it's 2 weeks from now, but it's part of it's a weekend of cyclocross. There's one the day before, which you're involved with.
Yeah, so last year I started the race at my parents' deer farm, Applegate Deer Farm, and doing that again. So make it a weekend and check out the deer farm.
And where is that?
So that's in West Newfield, Maine. Yeah, so it's just half an hour south of King Pine.
So that's great. If somebody's coming up to stay, it's not like they got to travel 4 hours in one direction or another. You're right nearby.
You can find a place in the middle, stay around North Conway, look at the leaves, do a couple races. And
you were saying that a lot of people, with cyclocross, they want it to be a weekend event.
Yeah.
So I think I would be worn out after the first day. But
they're shorter races, and most people who are into racing love the pain, and they'll sign up for a couple races during the day, and they're there with a team. It's just a really fun atmosphere.
Well, that's great. Yeah. So that's happening on Sunday, October 1st. Registration starts at 8 a.m. The first race is at 9:30. Do you encourage people to make reservations now?
Yeah. So off of the King Pine website, there's links to Bike Reg or just off of Bike Reg, you can go onto the Cyclocross category, and Deer Farm CX and King Pine CX is highlighted, so you can easily find them and register in advance. It's just good for us to know how many people to expect. And
right. Do you have I mean, like for a particular race, do you limit it to X number of racers, or?
We're gonna figure that out when we get there.
There you go.
You know?
Well, I guess that would be a good problem to have if all of a sudden you have so many racers, you're like you can't put them all on the course. So.
Most courses will have a limit, and it's somewhere around 50 to 70, and the bigger UCI courses are just really wide and can put a lot of people in there safely. But we're not going to be at that capacity this year.
Not going to worry about it. But that's great. And you know, kudos to King Pine for joining with you to create this event. So now, are there many other events in this area besides the two that you've got going now?
This weekend there's one yesterday in Concord, and today there's one in Manchester, New Hampshire. Okay. So they're pretty close by. Every weekend within New England, there's at least 2 races each day.
Is there really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
So the same weekend that I'm hosting, there's a race 4 hours away. So I'm hoping the people who don't want to go 4 hours through Massachusetts into Connecticut will come.
Right.
Up here.
That's great. Yeah. So again, I go onto the website, the King Pine website, and it's right there on the first page, finding out about the CX. And so it's kind of, you got a neat little logo here too.
Yeah, they did a great job making the logo.
And
awesome.
And find out everything about that. Pre-register, you can get all the different information, and probably just Google, cyclocross online, so you can kind of see what it's all about. And like you say, a great spectator event, and perfect time of year.
Yeah. Definitely.
And King Pine's also going to be, there's some photos there. Yeah. So King Pine also is going to have food and all the other amenities that you would want.
Yes, they'll have a beer garden, so if you're of age, they'll serve you some beer, and they'll have the lodge facility open. Just amazing facilities there, just huge. So you can go in, if it's a rainy day, you can go in and get under shelter, and they'll have food going, and it'll be great.
So it's a rain or shine thing.
Oh yeah.
So I think a rain would be kind of fun.
It is, yeah. So you see some of the most epic footage of just mud pits, and they're just coming out of the race, and you can barely tell who they are because they're covered with mud.
That's great.
So yes,
that's great. Well, a lot of fun. So, well, Greg, good luck with this, and hopefully this becomes we're going to hear about it every year.
Yes,
and definitely combine it. So go on to the King Pine website, kingpine.com, and you go right to the Cyclocross, get all that information. And if people have questions, is there a way that they can ask questions ahead of time, or?
Yeah, definitely. You can find me on Facebook, just Deer Farm CX.
Okay.
It's findable on Facebook if they have questions. And directly off the Bike Reg registration page is a way to email the promoter.
Okay, great.
That would be me.
That would be. Well, good luck with this. That sounds like a lot of fun. So definitely check that out. That is going to be on Sunday, October 1st, 2017. Registration starts at 8 a.m. First race is at 9:30.
Yep.
Greg, thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Thanks.
Back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.